Guys, it's Limazelle Cosplay, and today I'm going to be talking about my first con experience. Really quick, in the last video I filmed vertically, and I know that's like a sin to do on YouTube, so I'm going to be filming horizontally from now on if I remember, but I'm going to try and remember the best. Sorry the lighting isn't that great, but, it's as best as I can do, so, let's get to my first con experience. Okay, so my first con experience happened back in 2014, I believe, and it was like right around my birthday, like a day right before my birthday was the last day of the con. So many things happened at this con, so many bad things happened, so many good things happened, but yeah. I'm trying to remember exactly everything. I mean, I know everything, but yeah. So, I had been planning to go to a con for a couple of months, and there was one I wanted to go to, and it was very expensive, and it was like small, so I didn't end up going, but you know. Then I found there was the con near my birthday, and I told my parents this is really what I wanted to do for my birthday, and so we bought 3-day tickets to go to the con. So the first day, which is the Friday, we need to go run around town doing all kinds of chores, like getting the money that we needed from the bank or whatever, and I still needed to get my wig for my one cosplay. I was doing Eloise Trancy, and I was also doing Erica Frog from Soul Eater, and Mako from Darkwood Circus, Mako from Vocaloid. So, I still need to get a wig because we couldn't find one at Party City, and we hadn't really trusted online shopping as much back then as we do now. So we went to some weird costume, 24-hour, not 24-hour, but year-round costume shop, and they basically didn't have any wigs that really worked well. So I just went with the closest I could get, which was not good, and I ended up using it for my Rose Lalande from Homestuck cosplay a couple years later. And so yeah, I was really excited though, and I was determined that even though the wig wasn't that good, I was gonna have a good time. Another thing is we couldn't afford, or we couldn't get to a place to drop my dog for the weekend, so we had to take him with us, and we didn't plan the hotel in advance, so we basically spent all night on Friday looking for a hotel. And we ended up not going on Friday because by the time we got to a hotel and got to the con itself, it was super late. And I think probably looking back now, if I was older, we probably would have stayed and done stuff, because there's stuff to do at convention at night. But I was 12 at the time, turning 13 in a couple of days, so I wasn't about to go to some 18 plus panels or see the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the time. So yeah, but we got a hotel for one night, just one night, and we were gonna try and find a cheaper hotel because this was the only place we could find that was not sold out. And yeah, so, and the only place we could find that was pet friendly, that was remotely close by. So, I mean, it was actually pretty close to the convention center. The convention center, is, at the end of this ramp, and, under the ramp, almost, is, a hotel, and we stayed there, so it was pretty close. But, we could only afford one night, and, yeah. So, on Saturday, we went to the con, and, whatever, but we had a hard time with my dog because we had to check out that morning, and so we had to take our dog, my dog, with us, and the original plan was that my dad was just gonna stay in the car for a little bit, and then my mom and him would take turns, and then we eventually ended up taking my dog into the convention center, which we were allowed to do because I don't know why, but he even got his own little like wristband thing. But and yeah, my dog does not like other people, but he was for some reason good about it. I think maybe he's a little scared, to be honest now. But then, like, as soon as, like, we were having a good time, I met some, like, not, some Black Butler cosplayers, and I met this one girl, and she gave me a cupcake, and it was pretty good. And, there was, like, some girl cosplayer that, like, hugged me and stuff, and, like, we were having a good time. We went to, like, a few panels and stuff, I believe. I didn't really do too much, to be honest, like, the first day. I mean, I bought stuff, and I did whatever. I don't really remember it too much, but as soon as we left for the day, we, my dog, like, ended up going crazy for some reason, and he bit my dad, and, there was blood on our car from my dad getting bit because he, like, didn't have anywhere to wipe it, so he, like, wiped it on the windshield. Not on the windshield, but on the window. And yeah, so we had like a blood stain on our car for like a long time until we got rid of the car. And yeah, so that happened. And we still didn't have a place to sleep, and we couldn't find a hotel that night. So we were probably just gonna call it quits and go home, but we realized that we had already missed the one day, and we paid so much money for all these tickets, and it was my birthday, and I was gonna be really upset about it. So we parked ourselves in the hotel, like, parking lot, like, in some random area, like, in the middle of, like, cars and stuff, and we slept in the car, which was not fun, to say the least. I know I live in Florida, and we were in Miami, but it was dead of winter, and it was really cold. Like, you guys don't believe this, but Florida can get, like, pretty decently cold. And we basically froze, like, that entire night. And, like, if we had to go somewhere, like, get food or go to the bathroom or something, we had to get up, walk all the way to the hotel, and come back. So, that was not a very fun night for us. But the next day, we got up really early. We got up before the convention started, and but there was, like, a line of people already waiting to get in. So we had to, like, walk past all of these people in our pajamas, and we had to get changed in the hotel bathroom. And yeah, but my dog stayed with my dad this time. We were only going to be there for a few hours, and we were going to just go home after the few hours and stuff. So yeah, so my main goal was for that day to meet my favorite voice actors and get their autographs. So that day I met Monica Rial, Jamie Mararchi, I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce her last name that much, and Jad Saxton. And they were the nicest, like, voice actors, like, I've ever met, especially, like, I'm not gonna say especially because I love them all, but I actually had, like, a decent, like, conversation with Jad and Monica, and I've met Monica a few times now, and I love her so much, and she's really great, and she's just top tier. So were Jamie and Jad, but, like, yeah, Jad was, like, I felt really bad because, like, Jad didn't have too many people because she was, like, a newer, like, voice actor. She wasn't very in big things yet, so not many people were, like, coming over there, but I knew who she was, and we talked, and, you know, Monica was, like, acted like we had known each other for years or something, and she was having a conversation with me and some, like, other people, and it was really great. And so, I mean, Sunday was really good, and, you know, I was there for, like, a few hours. I did my Erica Frog cosplay. Everybody liked it, and we went home. It was an interesting experience. My next con didn't go as badly, but it was still fun, and, of course, as a lot of times these things happen, is, especially when I stayed at a hotel, is I got sick the very next day. I don't know if it was maybe because we were in the cold and we didn't really have any blankets or anything, and I was kind of sick the next day on Sunday, to be honest, but I pulled through, and I ended up just going with it, and, but I ended up being sick, and it really sucked because I was sick on my birthday. I always get sick on or around my birthday, which is always not fun. But yeah, so I think there's a few things you can take away from my experience is to at least plan ahead just a little bit. I know you shouldn't be doing too much planning, but if you know you're gonna be like in another like city that's like far away or in another state, make sure everything is good with your hotel, and make sure you can have a place or have somebody watch your dog or something, and plan your cosplays in advance and make sure you have everything intact. So thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.